Okay. So XpressDocs is one of the pieces, one of the tools that we get from our Coldwell Banker affiliation, right? So this is in my CB desk. That's where you go to get here.
Mhm.
Uh, you sign in with your stuff. This one, oh, it has a bad request. Okay, fine. My CB desk. It is, have you been in my CB desk, Regina?
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. And you have you had to fight with the two-factor authentication at all, or have you been
Uh,
pretty good?
I mean, it's a little annoying, but it's not, I wouldn't call it a fight.
Okay. Okay. I know some of our agents have been having issues with because they give you two options to do the two-factor authentication. You can either
Yeah.
do the Okta or the Google Authenticator. And there's some agents who thought that they had to do both, right, to be
No.
able to
Yeah.
get in there. So I've been asking the question as I talk about stuff in desk, just in case. So for any of you watching the recording out there, if you're having issues getting into my CB desk because of the two-factor authentication, please call. We will help you. Okay. So in desk, one of the tiles in here is Express Docs. I click on Wonderful Express Docs. This brings us, oh, mine's going to look different. Yours isn't going to look like this. I have access to all the offices. Yours will just be your stuff. Okay.
Mhm.
Um, so one, look, there's a flash sale, 20% off anything you do. So that's fun. But the biggest piece about Express Docs that I really, really like is their every door direct mail option. So instead of having to go to the county website or go get mailing labels from some other service and having to print them off and put the stamps on and do whatever, all you have to do in here is create the thing that you want to send out, and it will send it out to the area that you would like. You can also upload your own address list. So if you have addresses of past clients that you would like to put on a campaign, right? Every quarter, send them something interesting.
Mhm.
You can do that right in here. And then you don't have to take the time to print it off, stuff it in the envelope, put the stamp on, make sure the address is right, and send them off. It'll do it in here. We don't need to print anything anymore, guys. It's great. They'll do it. They'll print it. So there's a
Any
couple things in here. You can buy swag and print media, some social graphics, business cards. Don't buy your business cards from here. Faith has much better templates. Signs. There's a whole bunch of things that you can go into. But the two things that I wanted to bring to your attention was what are these letters? Okay. And then these postcards, which is the Every Door direct mail postcards. So these letters, we'll start here. You can pick any letters that they already have done, right? So if you want to break into the luxury space, maybe you want to send out a luxury letter to certain people, you can, and I'll show you this in a minute. Like for luxury, you can only send to properties that are over a certain price on their taxes, right? So only over $500,000. The system will do that for you right in here. You don't have to go through and look. Okay. So there's some generic letters, which, upgrade your life, essentially stay in front of them, right? Hey, here I am. I'm a real estate agent. I can help you in some way. Now, you can't change a lot of the layout of this, but you can change the body of the letter. So if you would rather send out your own, if you're sending out expireds, right? If you'd rather send out your own piece about expireds, this might be why it didn't sell. I'd love to help you. All that stuff, you can absolutely do that. Um, but those, I just wanted to show you what those letters looked like. Go back to home. And then this Every Door direct mail, these are super easy postcards. And so this is going to be your cheapest option if you want to blanket an area is these little postcards. and they have a whole bunch of different stuff. Obviously, you can send out just listed and just sold cards from right here. And you can, for every door direct mail, you can pinpoint a street and say, I want you to send this postcard to everybody on this street, and it'll do it. Okay. So let's go through, let's pick a postcard here. Everybody's looking at what their home's worth, right? Um, oh, something went wrong. Going back. There we go. That's better. So when you click into a postcard, it'll show you the postcard and what it's like, and then it'll show you the backs, right? And they have a couple different options on this side for the back. You just have to pick the one you want. Always pick the one with your picture. They need to know who you are, right? And all we're doing on this first page here is picking the product options. This is what I want for my front. This is what I want for my back. I want the neighborhood direct mail. Okay. And then there's this QR code. So you can see the QR code down here. I hate that it zooms in every time I go over that. So you can see the QR code right down there. And you have a couple different options to do QR codes. And why this is wonderful is then when people, instead of just throwing the postcard in the trash, most people will scan the QR code just to look, just to see what's on that QR code, right? And so if you link your QR code to your website, like mine's K Larson at coldwellbankercrown.com. So every agent has a website. It's your first letter, your first name, your full last name, .coldwellbanker.com. Coldwell Banker Crown. Sorry, coldwellbankercrown.com. So everybody's got a website. If you need help getting to your website, let me know. It's through our Back at You system. But everybody's got one. Put in your website here. And so then anytime that person scans the QR code, it'll take them right to your website. And if you choose, you can set up your website to automatically prompt them to sign in, to give them your contact information, right? Or give you their contact information. So you can set your website up to do that. Most people just want them to be on your website because then as they're clicking around, eventually they will put in a lead. If they're on your website, that lead will go to you. It doesn't go round robin like our office leads, right? It goes directly to you if they're on your website. So I think this is the best way. Now, one of the other things that should show, can you still see my screen,
Yes.
Regina? Okay.
Hmm.
Bum, 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 bum. .com. Is that everybody's got a what's my home worth piece on your website. Okay. So you can, so when you're doing this, where is it? There it is. So if you go over to the menu, what is my home worth? Instead of doing your agent URL for your basic website, essentially your home page, you can use this house value website. So then once they put in their address into here and click get report, you'll get notified. You as the agent will get notified. Hey, they've put in a thing. The system will create a basic CMA for them based on data on the internet, right? And it's not incredibly accurate, but it's pretty good. It's much better than the estimates that they have been getting. Okay. And so you can use this URL instead, and then those leads will come directly to you. Okay. Oh, I better grab the right URL. Otherwise, it won't let me move forward. If you ever fill out any of these things wrong in here, um, it'll tell you. Like it just told me validation failed. And I'm fairly certain that's because my website is hidden in the company website because I'm a manager, right? I'm not an agent. I'm not forward
Mhm.
facing. So I'm fairly certain that that's why it says it's bad. But we're going to say continue with this anyway. Okay. It will tell you what the paper type is. We don't have a way to change that. A lot of that is because the pricing um, is set for that type of paper, right? And so you can see the pricing here. For every door direct mail for postcards, you have to do at least 500, which is why 500 is the least quantity there. Um, but this includes stamps, right? This is the paper, this is the stamps, this is the pulling the addresses. I can't, I'm teaching. Um, so this is the paper, this is the addresses, this is the stamps, this is everything for 55 cents per postcard. So if you do 500, that's 275, right?
Yeah.
And with stamps being what, 76 cents now? Um, this is a good price. And it just keeps your face in front of them.
Yeah.
So if you go to the next one, yours won't jump up like this. I have to choose an office and a user because I have better access. But yours will just be your information. And then once you do that, it'll customize your product. Now, all of your headshots, your contact information is pulled from our back at you system into here. Okay. And we'll do front, back. So when it pulls all the information, your information will be in here, right? Like I said, I'm a manager. I've done an office template here, so my information's obviously not going to be in there. Your information will automatically be here. Now, if you want to change anything, right, you can click on photo. If you want a different headshot, you can upload a different headshot. You can click this edit button and change the text, and it'll change the text here. Okay.
Yeah.
On the right side, it goes through all of the things that are on here. Okay. And so if you want to change any of it, you can. Really cool thing is that they've incorporated AI into this. So when I click the AI tools, so this comments is this section here, right? Um, please, no, I want AI tools. Generate new text. There we go. Um, create a call to action for sellers to find out their home value. And it'll generate it. So not unlike Remy, right? Remy can do the same thing.
Mhm.
And Remy will actually be better at this for you guys because it has all of our crown stuff, right? It knows what our value is as crown. And so it'll put things in there about our value as crown, not just generic stuff, right? But you can just insert that right there and it'll write it for you. So you don't have to sit there and worry about, oh, what do I say? How do I get them to do something? I got to make sure that I do a call to action. What should the call to action be? It'll just do it. Takes 2 seconds. Okay. This QR code is essentially just a picture right now. So it's showing you what that a QR code will be there, but if you try to scan this QR code, it won't go to your website that you've put in or whatever website you've put in. Okay. Once the PDF proofs are generated and you've said, yep, this all looks good, then the QR code will be generated. And so that QR code will work on the postcards, just FYI. Okay. You can change scan here to discover more. I mean, you could do something cheeky there instead of that. This is obviously your agent information, your return address, and then the disclaimer. And this is why I love using XpressDocs because I don't have to remember that I have to put on there that if you're working with another agent, if you already under contract, please disregard because it already has it right in here. Okay. So that's our customization step. The front, there's not much we can do with this front for postcards. Okay. There is another option in the postcards option where you can upload your own graphic. So if you have something specific that you want to use, you absolutely can do that. You just have to pick the right template at the beginning. Okay. So once you get everything nice and done there, oh, please, what required fields? Probably a headshot. That's probably what they want. I'm putting no headshot. Always put a headshot. I'm just putting all headshot or no headshot because I'm teaching and I'm not actually going to send this out. So save and check out. I know it says save and check out. It won't automatically check you out because you still have to do the addresses. And the addresses are the next step. As we wait, as it spins, it's so great. Oh, come on. We're going to reload quick and see if this works. Do you have any questions so far? I
It's
mean, it's,
pretty simple.
yeah, it really is. It's point and click.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's setting up your postcard, getting all that stuff done, getting the information right. Always make sure you proofread all your stuff. Um, then it takes you to the distribution options. Okay. And so these distribution options are where you want the postcards to be sent. Now you can create an address list, and because we picked the EDDM, we can't upload our own. But when we create an address list, what we're doing is defining the target area. The really nice thing about this is that we can limit the target area to very specific things. Do we want a single family? Do we want a property that has 18-year-olds in it, or do we want to stay around the 30 mark? Are we look, and part of this is what are you looking for, right? If you're looking for buyer clients, you're going to want to be down here, right? For your age range. If you're looking for seller clients, you probably want to get those 20-year-olds out of there. Most of them don't own a home. Okay. It will also send based on income range. If you're looking for those luxury clients, maybe you want to up this income range. I don't even know what luxury would be. Over 150,000. If you are specifically looking for clients who are a specific gender, you can limit its sending to those people. Single family unit or a multi-family unit. Here's where that residence value comes in. So if you only want to send to properties over $500,000, this is where you do this. And it takes the tax data, right? That's how it determines what's over $500,000. It also has net worth of that house and who owns it. And so not unlike the income range, the net worth you can change. You can change whether you want to send to renters or owners. If you're looking for listings, I would definitely choose the owner. But if you're looking for buyers, if you're partnering with a lender about, hey, I know you're renting right now, but look at what you can buy. And then you can gain equity, right? Maybe you want to go market to renters. You can do that right here. And then length of residency. How long have they been in the house? Now, the National Association of Realtors just came out and said that the new length of time that sellers are staying in their home is 11 years. Used to be 7, used to be 5, now it's up to 11. So really, anybody between that 7 and 11 range, if you're looking for sellers, that's who you're going to want to choose. Okay. Now, your goal is we've picked in my head, I'm like, I only want to do 500, right? That's $275. That's my budget for the month. I only want to do 500 of these. And so that's what a lot of this neighborhood match score will help you pare down the area that you're looking for so that you can send out just 500. Okay. Now, I'm going to do by a city. You can also do by a zip code. But our Rapid zip code is very big. And so I'm just going to do a city. Park Rapids. Yes, that zip code. Yes, we want rural root. I don't know how people can say it. Rural roots.
Rule roots.
Rural roots. Rural roots. God. And then it'll bring you a map, right? So once you put your criteria in, it'll take you to a map and it'll show you that these are all of the available addresses that fit the criteria that you've put in there. Okay. Which there are 6,004. Okay. Well, I don't want to send out 6,000 postcards. I really don't. So if I go to this review selected neighborhoods, it'll tell me who who has scored what, right? So when I put in the criteria, it'll say this area is 45% based on your criteria, right? 45% of the people here are in that. Do you want to send to that area? I'm going to go back real quick and show you. We're going to go here and we're going to go 36 with an income of over 50,000 with a residence value of go over 500. Because in my head, I'm going to look for lake homes, right? View results. I wanted to show you the actual percentages. So that's why I had to go back.
Yeah.
Okay. So it goes, yep, everybody, this is everybody in that area that you picked. And then it'll give me the scores.
Huh.
So 18.59% of the people who live here are in that 18.59% of people who live there match the criteria that I put in,
Mhm.
you know? So like down here, we've got 0% here. Granted, there's only 34 records on this particular route. I don't want to send anything to there, right? Got less than 1%. So I'm going to pick this one. We're at 544 records. I only want to send out about 500 cards. So I'm going to pick this one because that has the highest score based on my criteria. And we go to next. And then you can assign names. Choose how the name shows up, right? So you can just use the resident's name. And then we've all seen it from the Every Door direct mail where it says or current resident, right?
Mhm.
This is where you can change that. So you don't have to do or current resident. You can do or current resident. You can do your own custom name for all of them, like my future client, maybe something cheeky. Or if you just want to go easy, use the resident name, add a resident afterwards, right? You agree with your terms and conditions, and you're good to go. Apparently, we're just going to be really slow today. That's what our computer is going to do.
This is so easy. I love it.
It is
Gonna
really
have a little bit
easy.
of fun with this today.
Good, good. And yeah, it's easy. It's one less thing you have to do. Um, it blankets it right there. This
And
is
it's so
not
much
something,
cheaper than what I have been doing.
well, good. I like that. Oh, apparently we're gonna freeze up on me again. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, this is one that I was playing with the other day. So I'm just gonna check this one. instead of going through the whole thing again. Okay, now you can see once I've checked the neighborhood mailing list, it then populates the amount. There's 545 of them that are going to be sent. Okay, my total balance is 299.75. That's it for almost 600 cards. Now, as we go through the rest of this, so informed delivery, I don't know if anybody's set up for this, but USPS has a system where you can sign up, put your address in, or your email address, and it'll send you pictures of your mail.
Mhm.
And so, right, I have a PO box. I don't go check my PO box often. I love the pictures of my mail because then I don't have to go check it often. But this area right here is about what you want to show up in that client's online portal, in that email of what's in their mailbox. What do you want? So it'll show this because that's the first thing of your postcard, right? And then learn about your mail. There's a whole bunch of different things that you can change here. Check out the homes just sold in your area. And then if they click on this, it will go to whatever URL you've put in. So not only do they get the QR code on the postcard, but as long as you set this up where they can see what's coming to them, if they click here, learn more about your mail, it's going to take them to your website.
Hmm.
So you got two ways to capture that lead. Now, if you want to turn this off, I think we can just turn it off right here. If you don't care about that part, you don't want them to get a picture, you want it to be a surprise. You can absolutely do that too. Now, it'll send a sample card. It's automatically set up to send a sample card to whatever address you put in here. If you don't care, if you don't want a sample card, just turn that off. And then I don't know if you noticed, the quantity went down by one. Okay. You can also schedule a future fulfillment date. So if you are sending out like a St. Patrick's Day thing, but you just want to get it set up and ready to go so you don't have to send it out on close to St. Patrick's Day, you don't want to have to remember it. You can choose a future fulfillment day, and then the mail will go out on that day. So that's a cool feature that they've added because I used to do all of my marketing stuff in the winter, right? And I would get everything ready as much as I could for the whole year so that I didn't have to worry about it when I was busy. And when I was an agent, they didn't have this option. So I had to put everything in my cart and then hope it was there for like the 4th of July stuff. So that's cool. It'll go, it'll give you a PDF of your purchase of what it's going to look like. And then it again shows the QR code of where you want that QR code to go. And that's it. And then you proceed to checkout. I'm not going to proceed to checkout because I'm not going to buy them. But that's it. And then you check out, you put your contact or your credit card information in, and it's done.
And then about how long does it take for everything to mail out?
5 to 15 business days. So every neighborhood direct
Oh,
mail
yeah.
is about 5 to 15 business days. Good question. Yeah. I wonder, we're gonna go back to products because these letters are different. Um, like, it's got wonderful home prices. So these letters can be set differently. So the postcards are one, they're every door direct mail, they're 5 to 15 business days. These letters can be sent in 3 to 5 business days. So if you want to make that touch point sooner, then maybe a letter is your better option. Now, these letters don't have envelopes, they're just tri-folded, right, with the address on the back side. Mhm. But that's another option if you want something to go out faster. Hmm Um, there's also these home values lead capture, which I mean, we're getting into listing type, right? Um, these might be super interesting to send out. See how well that they do. Pumpkin spice and real estate advice. That's a good one. Real estate market's heating up. Okay. Any other questions?
No, it's real self-explanatory.
It
Just
is.
to go
Yep.
in and play around and see what's going to work best for me and my budget.
Yep. That's you are correct. Um, there is one more that I wanted to show you. So, like I said before, I did marketing throughout the year, but I set it all up in the winter, right? And so you can, I'm going to use Corey Bergstrom stuff here. You can set up a yearly campaign in one go. Now, it is more expensive, okay? But you can set up a yearly campaign in one go. The system will automatically send everybody you put in here um, a letter a month. It keeps you in front of them every month. Set it up in February and you're good to go until January of next year. Okay. It also gives you the QR code. It's also the every door direct mail, all of those things. And it has all of the additions already ready to go. So you can look at all of the stuff that it's going to send, and it's essentially a monthly newsletter. That's how they like to set it up. But you don't have to come up with anything. It's already in here. You don't have to be like, oh, what do people want to know today? Summer staycation, right? Let's see, what's this one? Hosting for the holidays. Tips for stress-free season. Don't host. Tip number one, don't host.
So these are just strictly for mailers, right? You can't like pay for access to a PDF that you could email out.
Right? So you do get a PDF. If you're doing the every door direct mail, it's a $500 amount minimum. So it will give you a PDF from there. There is also, let's see, don't save. There are print and social. Now,
Okay.
I never used these as an agent, so I'm not as familiar. Um, but large social media downloads right there.
Okay.
So yes, you can create stuff in here for social media. And then looks like it's $5.
Okay.
Hmm. Yeah. So you definitely could do that if you want social media stuff. The other thing that you could do is after you sent out these postcards, you could send the PDF copy to Faith, who is there to help you guys, right? And
Yeah.
do these things. And she could just create a social media piece for you and send it back. So then you're not paying the $5. You do get the PDF. Or you could create it on here and then send it to Faith, not check out and send it to Faith and be like, hey, I want something that looks like this so that I can post it on my social media.
Huh.
Mm-hmm.
That's so
Absolutely.
wonderful.
Right? You don't have to figure out how to do it. Canva is also an option. Canva has a whole bunch of stuff and they have specific templates for social media.
Yeah.
You can definitely do that way too. Yeah.
Very cool.
Okay. Yeah. Go play around. Tell me what
I
you
know.
think.
I will.
Okay. Good deal. Perfect. Well, any other questions before we wrap up? Are you feeling okay? Overwhelmed?
No, I'm excited.
Good.
I
Okay.
love finding new things, so I'm very excited right now.
Okay. Well, that's perfect.